Hi everyone, I am Amartya and today I am going to be talking to you all about what is AR and VR. So in this video we are going to understand about what is AR and its applications, what is VR and its applications, and why there is so much interest on these technologies. So what is virtual reality? To understand this, let us understand each of the two words. Virtual, which means something which doesn't physically exist but which is made by a computer or some kind of a software or program, and reality is what we understand about the world around us with the help of our five senses, or what we feel is something real with the help of our five senses: sight, hearing, touch, smell and taste. So let's just put these two words together. It is something, so virtual reality is something that we perceive is real, which is made by a computer or a program. So let me reiterate, uh, something which is made by a computer that our senses feel is real. So that is the most basic understanding of what virtual reality is. So let's talk about its applications. So the applications, like these are two applications which I thought of. There are so many more. So this is the main like fields which I feel that this can really come in handy. Virtual reality can really come into play. So training of people. Now just think about it. There is so much that a pilot who wants to become a person who wants to become a pilot can learn from reading or videos. So like a person really has to be there to understand how it is to fly a plane, right? So with virtual reality can help in that. It can simulate a cockpit, it can simulate a real world scenario where a person is in a plane and is flying. So now this can just takes it to the next level for a learning experience, and these are the kind of jobs like pilot where you can't do so many mistakes, and with virtual reality that can like finish the learning experience to the full, so that like there won't be any human errors when like a person is flying. And another example is surgeon. So this is also like a similar example to pilot. It's not a kind of job where you can commit any mistakes. So with a surgeon, like you can make a virtual human with virtual organs and perform a surgery like how you would to a real person. So this just takes to the next level for the learning experience. And now teaching. So suppose in a classroom you want to explain how life was 100 years ago. So you can like go to an empty space and give everyone some VR headsets or some equivalent and just make the entire place like how it was 100 years ago. So like this just takes history class to the next level, right? So because there is only so much we can understand and feel through videos and books, and with this, with virtual reality, we can feel that we are really there and we can understand about the different topics like that. So that's my take on VR. So that is my take on virtual reality. Now let us understand augmented reality. So just like the previous one, let us split this word into the two parts, augmented and reality. So augmented in this case means adding or editing on top of, okay, on top of something, and reality I've already explained in the previous slide. So this essentially augmented reality just essentially means that it is a virtual or digital add-on to the real world. Okay, this picture really gives a good example of that. So in this person's house, there isn't actually a couch, right? So this person through his phone can see how that couch will look like in his space. Now with this, like this just gives him an easier buying option. So currently we go to a shop and we see a couch and we say, oh okay, this may look good in my space, I'll buy it and I'll check. You buy it and you put it there and just hope it fits in. And if it doesn't, I mean, you can't do anything and you have to return the product, and that's just a lot of hassle. And with this, you don't need to have that worries in mind whether you like it or not, because with your phone, you can check whether you like that couch in your space or not. If you don't, with just a swipe, you can go to another model and another design. And with that, I think this is just a really good benefit of augmented reality. And with this example, actually, I've explained one of the um, practical applications of augmented reality, which is selling products or interior design. So with this, not just couches, maybe even photo frames or even TVs, you can see how it looks like in your space, and you can make the buying option like that. And that is one like really good practical application of AR. And another one is teaching. So when you're like, suppose just like in the previous one for teaching, you had to make a virtual world of how people lived in 100 years ago. Suppose you want to show the solar system to a class. So suppose if you're wearing some kind of AR glasses or equivalent, then the teacher can just start up a solar system, and you can have the sun, you can have all the planets orbiting around, and then that student will feel like he's really there, and he's in space and he's watching all the planets. And then when he looks at a planet, like a feature can be that when he looks at a planet, you can get all its info, because everything is just virtual, right? There's nothing that you're really making over there. It's just stuff which comes up on your screen. So that is where augmented reality can come in teaching. And the last one, which I think is really cool, is the smartphone functionality. Now, just think about it. What has a smartphone been? It has been, well, just a phone which does calls and text messages, and it has been a portal to the web. Everything that you do can be done in the web. So now just think about it. Your smartphone is not as immersive as AR can be. So AR is just the next level of immersiveness for the web application that you are using. For example, like if you want to take a video call, now you have to take out your phone and you have to look at that person on a 2D screen, right? But now with augmented reality, suppose you and a friend have AR glasses and you live like far away from each other. So you can sit here and then you can have a video call, like a virtual call with someone completely next to you, and that person like physically being there next to you. So that it's really that aspect of AR is really interesting and can really enhance our world so much. So the optimal form factors for these technologies. So as I was thinking upon this question, I just thought of it in this way. So what do we use virtual reality for? So that is, we try to simulate an entire environment around us, right? So this is not what we take as really portable, or it's usually like something that you will use and then you put back. So I think a VR headset will be most practical for this application, and not AR, sorry, VR glasses. So I think that VR headset, because there's a lot of processing also which has to be done to create an entire environment, that can be done with VR headsets. And then for AR, as I was thinking about it, it's something that we will use for our day-to-day lives, and something which we want to be seamless. So I think AR glasses can be a good example of that, for that seamlessness, and just something you just keep on your just over here and you just forget about it. So I think that will be the optimal form factors for these technologies. And another question which might arise is, why are these technologies being developed in the first place? What is so special about AR and VR? So with this technology as a whole has been serving one purpose, in my opinion, that is making our lives more efficient. Every piece of new technology just makes our lives more and more efficient. I think with AR and VR, this can take that efficiency to the next level and make our workflow in our lives more efficient.